Hi, today in this video, I'm going to talk of 5 influences that impact your decision making. Everybody's decision making. But before that, let me ask this question to you. So it's a multiple choice question, very simple. 2 plus 2 is equal to what? Your options are 5, 0, 3, 4. Did you really take time to get the answer, or was it super easy? Was it not super easy? Why so? So because you were crystal clear about the answer. You knew it, you had the clarity, you were not really thinking about it. Now, let's reflect back to how we take decisions. When we take decisions, are we really this crystal clear? No. Why so? Because we are clouded by influences, and that exactly is the reason why we must know what is clouding our decisions. And so today I am going to talk about 5 very important influences. In fact, all that influence happens can be categorized into any of these 5 categories. So which are they? The first one which I am going to talk about is the environment that you are in. What environment do you provide yourself? So when I talk of environment, what does it mean? It talks of people around you. How do you think? It talks of what you engage in. It talks of what is the even country that you are in. That's also an environment. The space you are in. If you are in certain state in the country, you would be thinking differently. If you are in a certain state, you would be thinking differently. So all these things, they become part of your environment that you are, and it is an external thing. So if you are aware of how environment is impacting your decisions, you will be able to keep them away. So the methodology is knowing that the environment is impacting my decision. This is the first decision, and this is how you handle. You become conscious. Do you hear those dogs barking at the backdrop? I can't really help that. So my decision is still to create this video despite that background noise. So, and that's a part of my environment. Should I allow it to influence me? Not really. So we go ahead. So this environment, it comes and interferes, and the moment you decide to not allow it to interfere, it stops. That's the first influence. The second influence, belief system. How does that happen, or how does that work? That's an internal influence. Now based on I believe in this, I believe in that, your decision gets influenced. If you're, for example, you believe a lot in charity, you will be deciding more towards charity. You will be influenced with that because of that belief. Now it's not about labeling beliefs to be right or wrong. It's about being realistic, and it's about not really doing something from that influence. You go ahead and do charity, nobody stops you, but know the real reasons. And if you still strongly want to do it, go ahead and do it. So that's just an example. Let's take another example. I believe in wearing branded clothes. I believe in keeping branded things because I believe it is brands that brings quality. So many things that are branded and yet go waste, and so many things which are not branded, still they function quite well. It's a belief system. It's not about right or wrong. It's about an influence that's acting on you. So many times, despite finding the non-branded thing good, you will not feel comfortable buying that. Why? That belief is exerting certain force on you. That belief is influencing your decision. So it takes a lot of courage. I don't know if that's the right word, but it takes definitely a lot of strength to still go ahead and do something which is not aligned to your belief system. And that is where a good idea is also to keep your belief systems in a check. The third influence that I'm going to talk about is value that you have been brought up with and the values that you see at your home. Now, we find many people at whose house the values are very traditional, and you see them going totally out of traditions. And there are people at whose house the values are very, very contemporary. I don't know if that's the right word, with the era or something, but you find them so traditionally oriented. So this is an interesting thing. If there are certain values which have been strongly practiced at home, you will be influenced in two ways. You will either totally go with it or totally go against it. Now this is called duality. So there is going with it, going against it, dual opposite. Anything is possible. Now if you are aware of the values that you see being practiced at home, you would know how it is influencing your decisions. A lot of time we feel that strong urge, no, I know this is not correct, or I know I should not be doing it, I still want to do it. And there is something in us, that there is some force that makes us do that. Have you experienced that? This is nothing but certain values that's being practiced at home that you might have seen. The fourth influence which you have a strong say on is where you spend your time. And when I say where you spend your time, it is not just about people with whom you spend your time, it is also about gadgets with which you spend your time. Televisions, serials, OTTs, Netflix, what kind of shows you watch, what kind of places you go, what do you constantly engage in, what kind of books you read, what kind of games you play, what do you constantly engage in. That has a very, very strong influence on your decision making process. You would not even understand how it has come and influenced. For example, say you are a fan of this very contemporary K-pop band BTS or something. You would find yourself getting a haircut of that kind. You would feel very good about it. I'm not against saying that it's right or wrong. Smaller things, what kind of haircut, what kind of dress, doesn't really matter. But when it is about bigger things and you're taking a decision influenced, then there is a problem. But because you have learned to be influenced, learned to live like that, it will just automatically happen that even in your bigger decisions, they will interfere. So that's the influence number 4. And the 5th influence is your likes and dislikes. Why am I talking about it separately is we go nuts, we go crazy. I like this, so I'll do this. I dislike this, so I'll not do this. I don't like meeting such people, I'll not go to that place. I like being with such people, I would go to that place. I like eating this, I will go to this restaurant. I do not like eating that, I will not go to that restaurant. From big to small, I do not like that place, so I will not go and do a course there. Whatever course this university offers me, because I want to go to that university, I like that university, I just go and do it, irrespective of do I really want to do that or not. Your likes and dislikes are going to shape up your decision big time. They influence your decisions big time. So let me just repeat all the 5 influences that I talked with you. I talked of your belief system, that's 1. Number 2, I talked of the environment that you stay in. The 3rd is the values at home that you see. The 4th is your where you spend time, and 5th is your likes and dislikes. Many other aspects you will be able to figure out that's coming and influencing you, but by and large you will be able to categorize them all in any of these influences. How do you really handle them all? The first and the most important is becoming conscious that they are impacting. If at the moment of making decision you are aware that these are impacting, you will be able to hold yourself. And of course, when it comes to environment, when it comes to likes and dislikes, when it comes to your belief system, you have a complete say how do you want to change it. So it is a wiser idea to start spending time at places that brings more clarity to you, and not to spend too much of time on OTTs and games and mobiles, etc. It needs certain wisdom, frankly speaking, to do things which are really good for us. And here is the golden nugget. You know why we engage in all such things? The likes and dislikes, that which is shaping our belief system, that which is shaping the our thought process. Because one of the important characteristics of mind is it always asks for immediate gratification, sense gratification, and we give up there. In fact, this can be a biggest influence if you can really realize this. We give up to sense gratification, and so we decide to go and watch certain shows, certain serials, certain books, etc. It takes a lot of courage and a love for yourself to say that I cannot allow this thought process of my mind to dictate me. We will go in this journey and work together on all these things. Right now, let me close this video here itself. I hope you are very well aware of those 5 influences, and if you have found any value in this, please do like, share, subscribe, and keep watching for this space. I am eagerly looking forward to your comments in the comment section. What are your biggest takeaway? If you can just write 1 or 2, I'll be very, very happy, and that will also help me create more relevant videos for you. Thank you so much and have a great day.